This is the EGO Power PST3041 3000W Nexus Portable Power Station, and if you've ever looked for an alternative to noisy gas-powered generators, this is definitely something you might want to consider. Looking at it, the overall design gives you a rugged, sturdy vibe. The power station has a rectangular boxy shape, mostly green with matte black and gray accents, and it feels tough. The handles on either side are made from solid steel, which makes a lot of sense if you plan to lug it around the house or out to the backyard or a campsite. It's not a lightweight gadget, but it's clear EGO wanted to make this thing durable enough to handle a bit of adventure, whether that means yard work, camping, or keeping your place powered up during an outage. When I first opened the box, I was surprised by how compact the power station actually was, compared to what I expected from a 3000-watt device. It's about 18 inches long, 13 inches tall, and 14 inches wide. The fit and finish are pretty solid. The front panel is where most of the action happens. There's a bright LED display that shows you key info like runtime and battery status, a feature I found super helpful, especially when dealing with multiple devices. Under the display, you see 3 standard AC outlets and 4 USB ports, perfect for charging phones, tablets, or smaller gadgets. Everything is clearly labeled, so even if you're a beginner with backup power solutions, there's nothing confusing here. Now, onto my own experience. I actually got this for emergency backup at home, but as someone who does a little bit of camping and outdoor activities, I wanted something that wouldn't smoke up the place or drown out the fun with engine noise. Setting it up was pretty much plug and play. The batteries come included. In my case, 4 5.0 EGO 56-volt lithium-ion batteries, and they just slide right in. Connecting everything was really straightforward. I immediately appreciated how quiet this thing was, especially indoors. When you turn it on, you hear a tiny click and maybe the softest fan noise, and that's about it. I tried running the fridge, charging up my laptop, plugging in a few lamps, and even tested out my induction cooktop just to see how it would handle an appliance that usually pulls a lot of power. The Nexus handled it easily, and the display kept me updated on how much time I had left on the batteries. Let's talk about what I really like and what made me keep using it beyond that first week. Key features for me start with its super quiet operation. I can have it running right inside my living room during a blackout, keep the food cold, and there's none of the headache from engine noise or fumes. Actually, not having to store gas or worry about carbon monoxide is a huge deal. The portability is decent because of the strong handles, and the overall construction just inspires confidence. I even took it along in the car for a weekend camping trip. Even though it's a bit heavy, mine's around 50 to 70 pounds with all 4 batteries in, it's still manageable if you're moving it short distances. And for those of you juggling multiple devices, 4 USB ports means you don't need a bunch of adapters. Just plug in your phone, Bluetooth speaker, or lantern, and you're set. Another aspect I appreciate is the versatility of what you can power. During a storm, I was able to keep the refrigerator running for several hours, power a fan, charge my phone, and even bust out the microwave for a quick meal. From my experience, this is perfect for anyone who wants a reliable, backup power source that's not tied to gasoline or plugs. I've seen people take it tailgating, use it in RVs, or simply keep it for peace of mind. On the flip side, there are a couple of things that had me hesitating before buying. And even now, there are some points I wish were improved. The most obvious drawback is the weight. At nearly 70 pounds fully loaded with batteries, it's not the kind of thing you want to carry up a steep hill or far into the woods. It's best suited for home, car camping, or somewhere you won't have to haul it a long way. Another thing, while it has solar charging capability, the charging speed caps at around 180 watts with solar panels. This means if you're out in the wild and relying mainly on solar to recharge the batteries, your recharge time is going to be longer than you might hope, especially if the weather isn't perfect. I also want to point out, for those expecting even more diverse ports, there's no 12-volt DC or USB-C on this unit, just standard AC and USB. If you have gear that specifically charges via 12-volt cigarette lighter or USB-C fast charge, you'll need extra adapters. Another consideration: the power station needs all 4 batteries inserted to get the full advertised performance. You can use it with fewer batteries, but your overall output and runtime will decrease. There's also no pass-through charging, which means you can't recharge the batteries with solar or wall power and use the outlets at the same time. So in a long-term situation, you'll need to plan your usage accordingly. In my opinion, the overall experience is definitely positive. The EGO Nexus Power Station feels like a genuinely reliable source of backup energy. It's perfect for families, campers, tailgaters, or anyone who just wants peace of mind when the grid goes down. The peace and quiet, the ability to use it indoors, and the straightforward operation make a big difference in everyday use. If you're new to portable power, setting this up requires no learning curve. You just connect the batteries, hit the power button, and you're good to go. In conclusion, the EGO Power PST3041 3000W Nexus Portable Power Station is a sturdy, user-friendly, and impressively quiet alternative to traditional generators. It delivers strong power output, safe and clean energy, and can be used both indoors and outside. The limitations on port types and the unit's weight could be drawbacks for some, but if you're like me, someone who cares more about the quiet, convenience, and flexible use, this is a great choice. From my experience, I'd recommend this for anyone looking to upgrade their emergency setup or outdoor adventures without dealing with noise or fumes. To learn more about the EGO Power PST3041 3000W Nexus Portable Power Station, please check the comments section. Thank you for watching.